Hello, gamers, and welcome to Xbot and Pony. My name is Phil,
My name is Nick.
and you guys may not know, but Nick is actually a world famous gaming journalist. It's true, he has his name in print and everything. And he had the chance recently to review, or at least get a preview of Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. And I'm so jealous that you got to play this game. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing, where people can find your article, etc., etc.
Yep, so I used to write for a little magazine called N64 Gamer in Australia, and then turned into Nintendo Gamer. That's a fair while ago now, just after I left high school. Editor at the time was Stephen Farley. He now runs Oz Gamers, another little website for Australian news and stuff like that. So recently got back in touch with him, and he's asked me just to contribute. So helping out a bit and just doing a little bit of news articles and a couple of previews here and there.
That's so cool.
So yeah,
So cool.
it's a good little site, especially aimed at us Aussies. So there's a few good Aussie sites out there at the moment, but go to Oz Gamers because it's the best.
It is.
Yeah, so I had a little bit of time on. My first preview I got to do was Crash. One of those games where it brings back the nostalgia. So as soon as you start playing, you're like, oh crap, I remember how hard these games were back in the day. Now, like, you got to forget, like, because games, without being, they hold our hands these days. They do, and I'm happy for that. At sometimes, depending on the game, I'm happy that it helps me out because we don't have a lot of time. Pre-COVID, we don't have a lot of time to do much stuff when you're working, family, etc. So, the nice touch, the first thing I noticed was a new mode, which is basically allows you to have unlimited lives, and you have a death counter in the corner. So instead of having 3 and watching it go down to 2, then find another one and go back up, and then have a game over screen appear all the time, because the original Crashes, I'm not sure about you, but me personally, that game over screen used to pop up a bit, and
and you have to start the whole level over again when you got the game over as well. Yeah. And they've got an interesting name for this mode, don't they?
Yes. I'm trying to remember what it's called now. Refresh my memory.
Modern stuff.
Modern, that's what it was. And then then you have classic. So modern.
Kids these days, they just can't handle it. They just can't do it.
I was so happy when I seen modern mode. I was like, what's modern mode? Hang on, classic mode. 3 lives? Yeah, I'm going back to modern mode. I swear to God, it wouldn't even be 15 minutes, I reckon, and I was up to around 40 deaths.
Damn.
Pretty
challenging.
It was pretty challenging. And my skill level as well, probably, haven't played these games in a while. You do have a little circle underneath Crash when he jumps, and the enemies as well, the floaty enemies, they have a little circle. So when you jump, you get that 3D perspective of exactly where you are, but the controls are still a little floaty, so to speak. Even there was an ice level and you're slipping around everywhere, but it's still a little bit floaty even on dry land. Hopefully they can fix that a little bit. It wasn't unplayable by any means. It was just a little bit floaty. Very early days. They've got plenty of time. Who knows how old this build is as well. It could be 3-4 months old, this build. Most companies, when they give you this, they find a stable build. They won't go with... Everybody thinks it's the latest build. No, the latest build might have new things in there that aren't right, so they might go back a couple of months. And same when we get demos on the store as well.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you'll see build date, and it'll actually have the date. It'll actually have the date, and the date. We get a demo in, say, April, and the date says January. Like, it's a January
build.
Halo. I'm just ignoring you.
I love you've ignored this twice now.
I'm just ignoring you. Halo will be fine, okay?
It will be fine, guys. Chill out.
Exactly.
It'll be fine.
And we have Craig the mascot now. It's going to be
sweet. I know, he's
Craig's
awesome.
Going to take care of He's going to take care of everything, okay?
He will. Craig
and Phil are onto it.
Just you watch, all right? It'll be a dual announcement.
Moving on to Crash. I played 2 levels. The levels have masks. So the mask you put on gives you a different power. So the first one, basically, it allows you to slow down time. So you jump, you hit another button, which, fair bit of mind control here to hit a button, hit another button, hit another button at the same time. So it's limited, very short period you can slow time down, and it allows you to basically jump to things that aren't there, hit something, they appear, slow the time down, jump to a box, jump over. Another part was there was ice falling down, so like little icicle levels and falling off a waterfall. So you run, you jump, you slow time, and then you normal speed, you can't jump over both of them and make the jump because it's too fast.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
you got to slow it down. The other level was a dinosaur level, and the whole thing is going back in time. You're time traveling to different dimensions and times and stuff like that, which is really cool. You get chased by a big T-Rex, but the mask in that level allows you to phase objects in and out of time. So there was a little on-rail section, and you're coming down, and there's a thing in front of you, so you press the button and it disappears. Then you jump over an obstacle, but then there's a thing in front of you again, so you got to press the button again, so it disappears. So there's all these things disappearing and appearing at the same time.
That sounds
so
fun.
Jumps as well. There won't be something there. You run, you jump, then you jump, and then you hit the button, so it appears below you, then you land on it. So there's a lot more depth, I'd say, to the game when it comes to the platforming, which is good because it's a platformer, and that's what you want. The bonus thing was playing as Neo Cortex, which was
cool. That's exciting. That looks good.
You actually played that on the same level, so it's actually going back to a level. And there's a part in that level where, as Crash, you're about to jump onto a boat, and the boat explodes. When you're playing as Neo, he's actually destroying the boat in the background, and you get to do that, and you see Crash coming over. Yeah, so it's
very nice.
So you're him trying to sabotage Crash on his mission, and it's really cool. I found him to be very hard to play. He doesn't have a double jump, and he's just got a little light gun, and you shoot it, like a ray gun, so to speak, and it creates platforms, which is cool. So he's even more puzzle orientated, just getting around, so to speak. So with Crash, when you come to a puzzle, you kind of know what you've got to do straight away. Whereas with Neo, you've got to figure it out a little bit more with his gun.
I kind of like that though. That sounds
cool.
That sounds good. Yeah.
So you shoot an enemy and it turns him into a platform, and you got two types: so just a solid platform or a bouncy, spongy platform to jump you up higher. So obviously, hidden items. You got to stop an enemy at a certain point, so you can jump on that spongy platform to get higher and to get up higher and progress in the level as well. So I thought it was really cool, really well balanced. Probably a little bit harder than it had to be, but still really cool. And loads of collectibles again, little hidden items throughout the level to go through and try to collect and find everything, which a lot of purists will want to do.
Hell yeah, I'm down for that.
That's going to take hours. Just with the amount of times I died, I'll be like, because I got to the point where I was like, nah, because I was trying to collect everything, and I was like, nah, I'm just going to keep going. I've got to get through this. Like, I can't just collect everything. So, but it was good. It was good fun. The controls are good. Visually, it looks really fresh. The animations are good. They're not too in depth, but they work. They work really well. Audio is great, and I can't wait to play more of it. Really.
Were there any concerns or things that jumped out at you that sort of like, I'm a bit worried about this?
The difficulty level probably does need a bit of balancing. Do you know how you can kind of find like bonus worlds inside the world? So it's like a bonus. So hard, like really difficult. Like you really do have to have your skill set really good. You have to have a really good skill set to complete these. I struggled. So I am a bit rusty, admittedly. So there's probably people out there much better than me that could do it. But the balancing and the difficulty and probably just the floaty controls is probably the only two things I found wrong so far. It looks like there's going to be a lot of variety, a lot of different things going on. You've got up and down platforming, left and right platforming. You've got the straightforward racing type behind you, or even in front of you angle. When the dinosaur's chasing you, the camera goes to in front of you. So it just changes it up, so you're not doing the same thing over and over again, and it does it really well.
Awesome. So Crash fans can feel reassured that this is going to be a true sequel, that it's going to be worth the wait, and they're going to have a lot of fun with it.
They'll have a lot of fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
So were people on Xbox Series X, but not PS5.
So, guys, check out this article if you want to know a little bit more about Nick's experience with Crash Bandicoot 4. We'll link it in the description below. But tell us a little bit more. Are you excited about Crash Bandicoot 4? Is there anything you're excited that's in there? Or is there something more you want to know? Ask Nick in the comments as well. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to give you some answers.
Yeah, guys, ask me anything. Do you want to see a Switch version? That's very interesting. That didn't get announced.
Oh,
So
yes, please. Yeah.
they did say other platforms, so we assume a proper Xbox Series X and PS5 version will most likely come with a free update
Mm.
and a Switch version, I hope. So,
Mm.
yeah, ask me anything, guys. It was really cool to play. Hopefully, I can get to do a few more things like this for Oz gamers, and we can have a chat about it.
That's good. See you later, guys.
Ready, guys?
Bye.
See ya.
Right. Hang on, just go.